The numbers are getting a little bit bigger, but before I go dive into my trinomial factoring, I'm going to see if I can common factor first. And notice all numbers all end with a 0, so that means 10 is a common factor. And I'm left with 6y squared plus 29y minus 5. That makes the number smaller to deal with. In my trinomial term here, I'm going to multiply these two together to give me negative 30. And what multiplies to give me negative 30 and adds together to give me positive 29. So my answer is positive 30 times negative 1. That means I'm going to keep the 10 here, and I'm going to put big brackets around here and expand that 29 to be 30y minus 1y minus 5. Why the 30 and the minus 1? Because they came from there. Now inside the bracket here, I'm going to common factor the first two terms. Both can have a common factor of 6. So I'm going to leave this 10 here, and I'm going to factor out a 6y, and that leaves me with a y plus 5. In the next two terms, I realize that both of them have a negative 1. So that's really the only thing I can factor. So I factor out a negative 1. Factoring it out of the first term, I'm left with y. Out of the second term, I'm left with plus 5. That's really good news because these two are the same. So that means I can common factor again. The 10 is common, but so is the y plus 5. If I take it out of the first term, I'm left with 6y, and out of the second term, I'm left with a negative 1. There's the negative 1. And my final answer are three factors, the 10, y plus 5, and the 6y minus 1.